What's going on, guys? Welcome back to SECJB. And I know it's been a minute, but here we go. I'm making another video. Haven't made one since the start of the season, so this is going to be real fun. All right, before we get into everything I'm going to get into today, be ready for about a 10 to 15 minute video. Please like and please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 so I can live stream with you guys. So if you guys could if you could help me share this to your friends, if you think I got any crazy takes or anything like that. But yeah, so let's hop right into it. All right, so my South Carolina Gamecocks. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to start there because my South Carolina Gamecocks, they showed up for 2 games of the year. We went 8-4, which I think in my predictions video I said 7-5 or 8-4. I'll have to go back and check, but which is pretty. I was pretty accurate. Didn't quite think it'd be wins against certain teams. I think so. First off, we got to talk about this. Spencer Rattler, man. First 10 games of the year, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, he looked awful. He looked like not even a starting Power 5 quarterback. But you did see a couple of flashes in those games. These last 2 games of the year, hopefully the last 3 with the bowl game coming up, he has looked like the first round pick you've seen him to be. He still has got to get better at decision making. He's got to get better at reading defenses, reading coverages. But the dude's arm talent is out of the. I don't even know. He's crazy with his arm talent. We've seen him make some throws that a lot of NFL guys probably couldn't even make, and to see that as a South Carolina fan is incredible. And if he goes on to not be successful or anything like that, it won't matter. You left a legacy here. You beat Clemson and you beat Tennessee. Let's see. What else? All right, we'll talk about the 2 games, and then we'll talk about the offseason going forward, not just for South Carolina, but for everybody in the playoff. And then I'll wrap it up. And y'all let me know down in the comments what you want to see. I'll probably be making some shorts too, just so y'all know. Anyways, all right, let's hop right into it. All right, so let's talk about the last 2 games. So, if you didn't know, South Carolina played Florida 3 weeks ago, and we got smoked in Gainesville. It was one of the worst games I've ever watched as a Carolina fan. Our only points were a Kai Kroger touchdown throw, who was our punter, and we just couldn't get anything going offensively. The defense was doing their best, but you can't ask them to hold Florida for a whole game. That ain't fair to them. But you go off of a devastating loss like that, you're looking at being possibly, then you're shooting for 7-5 because I'm sure the team thought they were going to win those last 2 games, but as fans, we definitely didn't think that. I'll be honest, I didn't. But the team puts their head down, goes to work, and look what happens. They have the greatest offensive showing I've ever seen as a South Carolina fan. I'm not very old. People could argue in my lifetime maybe the Alabama game, but even then, 600 yards of total offense against a top 5 team is ridiculous to me. Best wishes to Hendon Hooker, man. I really hope that kid's a great quarterback, great kid. I really hope he's able to come back from that ACL tear and be good. But they put out a dominant offensive showing against Tennessee, and our defense they play well enough to give us the game. Spencer dominated that game, was the best guy on the field the whole game. And then we get to Tennessee or to Clemson, and we're like, okay. Number 1, can Spencer and Marcus Satterfield, who was our offensive coordinator, who had been calling games bad all year, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The question was could he replicate what he did against Tennessee? And hindsight's always 20/20. The answer is yes, he can. But he started out slow too. He threw a pick 6, second drive of the game, and then he threw a dumb interception on the 1-yard line on 4th and goal. And he didn't let it phase him, which has been his biggest problem all year. He gets in his own head. But just a great job by that offensive staff. They've had so many ups and downs this year, but great job by them in those 2 games. Now let's look forward to the future. So looking forward, it's the off season, and now we don't have to just talk about South Carolina. We're talking about everybody. So the playoff rankings came out today. If you didn't know, if you're watching this later or anything, this is the day the playoff rankings come out for before championship games. So the top 4 was Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC, and then Ohio State 5, Alabama 6. So it's going to be real interesting. Georgia's a lock. I mean, they could lose that game next week, and they're a lock. I think Michigan's a lock. Unless they get absolutely blown out by Purdue, which I don't think will happen. And then TCU's an interesting team because they got a tough game in Kansas State coming up. Deuce Vaughn in that rushing attack and Martinez in the passing game. They've got a couple dudes on that team, and they could be tough. I mean, the spread on that game right now, it's 2 points, 2.5 points. So it's gonna be real interesting. And then you got USC, who's got to play Utah, who's the one team they've lost to all year. So it's going to be an interesting college football playoff. I think those 4 will be the 4 you see. Kind of bummed for me because if LSU would have beat A&M, Carolina might be in the Citrus Bowl. But now we're looking at Carolina in the Gator Bowl, probably, against Notre Dame, which I'm fine with that. I want to play a big-name program, so... yeah, so let's get to the off-season. So the off-season, it's kind of already been crazy. I mean, we've had so many guys enter the portal. Cade McNamara entered the portal. Hudson Card entered the portal. You just had a bunch of guys from Alabama, guys from A&M. You had a bunch of guys enter the portal. And I'm gonna look at this through a South Carolina lens right now. We have a lot of returning talent, but we also have a lot of guys that we don't know if they're staying or not. Spencer's a perfect example. It's tough to know because if Spencer stays, you don't go get a quarterback. But if Spencer goes and stays, you might want another quarterback, at least some competition between Luke Doty next year. I think it's gonna be real interesting. Obviously, I forgot to even touch on this, y'all, and I'm already 8 minutes in. This ain't good. But obviously, Marcus Satterfield, who was our offensive coordinator, has officially left to become the OC at Nebraska under Matt Rule, who's his good buddy in the coaching game. And so, I mean, it's just we have to go out there and we got to find an OC. Top 3 names right now: Garrett Riley, offensive coordinator, TCU. What's his name? Bryles from Arkansas. And then the wide receivers coach from Texas is what I'm hearing right now. And so any of those guys would be real interesting. I'll probably make another video on who I think the OC should be. But, I mean, you got time. Don't rush into a decision just because you feel like you have to. I mean, the only reason you'd rush into a decision is because the transfer portal officially opens up Monday, and you want to have an OC locked in to go get those guys. But, I mean, these last 2 wins, man, it changes everything because now these coaches, they can point to this and say, if you come to South Carolina, this is the kind of things you can do. And it's just going to be real interesting to see how everything pans out. And man, it's going to be real interesting. I'm going to make a couple more videos. I'm going to try to go daily and do some shorts too. Hopefully you guys really like that. I really want to try to get to that. Right now I'm trying to get to 20. I have a couple other channels. I'll link them in the description if you want to go watch it. I have a basketball podcast and a normal channel. So if you want to go watch it, then please do. But otherwise, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Great season for the Gamecocks. We'll be looking forward to a bowl game. We'll find it out next Sunday. And ranked 19th in the college football playoff, highest ever by South Carolina team in the college football playoff poll. So, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you want to see anything, let me know down below. I love interacting with you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, tell me who your favorite team is and if you want me to talk about them, and I will. All right, y'all. That's all I got to say. Peace out. Please like and subscribe.